Hello, my name is Diane Hamilton, and this is my reflection on my teaching dispositions. So, after taking the survey and identifying the dispositions that I felt I held strongly and those I needed to work on, I identified three areas that I think are dispositions that I am very good at. The first one would be that I exercise sound judgment and ethical behavior. I think I have an excellent sense for what is and what is not appropriate in the classroom and in terms of teaching content to students. If there's any doubt in my mind that something might be a little bit too mature, inappropriate, I always err on the side of caution. I always pay attention to rules and policies and procedures to make sure that I'm keeping students safe and my classroom is a welcoming and friendly environment, and also that my role as a teacher is not interfering with my students' roles, and that we are separate people. I'm very aware of little things like keeping my door open if I'm working with a student, and I know that I make choices in the classroom that have their best interests at heart. Another disposition that I believe I possess is the ability to be a reflective teacher and to recognize that reflection combined with experience leads to professional growth. I feel like I could have written this exact sentence myself, as it is a very impactful core belief of mine. Reflection is a huge part of my practice. I take notes every year on things that I want to improve and changes that I want to make. I do a lot of professional reading and interacting with respected educators on platforms like Twitter to keep up to date on new strategies and techniques. And this helps me become a reflective teacher and constantly evolve in my practice. Another disposition that I think I possess is a friendliness and a genuine warmth and caring for my students. Without this, teaching for me would not be enjoyable, and it's really building those relationships that make everything worthwhile. I had a student once who said, "Miss Hamilton, you're always smiling," and I think that is true, and I often don't even realize it. They know that I care about them, that I respect them, and I think that's why I also get some of that respect and caring back. As far as dispositions that I need to work on, one that comes to mind is that educators should promote social justice. And I know a lot of fellow teachers and educators out there who are what I would consider true champions of social justice. They work to integrate some of those tough issues of discrimination and inequality into their lesson plans. They choose text purposefully. To showcase diversity and different points of view. And they're just very intentional about inclusivity and things like that. And that is one area that I would like to improve upon in the future. As educators, I think it's so important that we pay attention and are mindful of whose story we're telling and whose story is silenced. So that is definitely an area I would like to improve. The other disposition that I think I need to work on is that educators should encourage active inquiry. I know a lot of my lessons as an ELA teacher are not inquiry based. There's a lot of direct instruction, a lot of modeling, things like that. And I've seen my colleagues in other content areas be very awesome at creating inquiry-based lessons, and I would love to do more of that in my classroom. So I'm continuing to investigate ways that this would work with ELA content area, and really the result of that would be I want to create a room full of curious and not just complacent learners. As far as what a teacher looks like, I think there is definitely more to being a teacher than just how one looks on the outside or how one dresses. I know that I discussed this in one of my discussion posts that oftentimes, we think of a teacher having to dress professionally and that being the whole basis of what a teacher looks like. I do think that appearance is a part of it, of course, but I think that it's more than just wearing dress pants and a nice shirt to work. A teacher is someone who presents him or herself in a very serious, but also lighthearted when it comes time to it. So they're somebody who's passionate about their content area, their profession. They're respectful, responsible, motivated, engaged. They have great interpersonal communication skills. They're able to engage students in a way that fosters curiosity and all of that reflectiveness and engagement that we're always looking for. I think a good teacher looks like someone who is curious and reflective and inquisitive. So all of those are qualities that I think make an excellent teacher.